up, gang, and welcome back to the channel to watch this new video. So basically this new video is just kind of like a yapping video. I want to talk about how JOLYNE CUJOH is the best JoJo, no competition. I kind of think JOLYNE is the best JoJo because she's like amalgamation of every single JoJo. She has all the best traits of every JoJo into one, while still being her own unique person, because she has like this really interesting character arc that you can see throughout the whole of Stone Ocean, in her way of thinking, how she fights, but even like physically she becomes more muscular throughout the palette. And I just think, along with being like theoretically the perfect JoJo, if you think about it, because it's every single JoJo, I'm gonna go into that, how it's every single JoJo combined, she has the most like growth, and she really like just shows the true potential of what a JoJo can be. So I keep bringing up how I feel JOLYNE is like a combination of each of the previous JoJo styles' best traits. Let me get into that a little bit. When we're talking about JoJo styles like Josuke Higashitaka, JOLYNE CUJOH, and Joseph JoJo style, I feel like JOLYNE follows the wittiness of both those traits. Even like stuff like their style of humor to how they fight, because Josuke, JoJo, and Joseph, they all are very snappy and like quick when it comes to thinking of solutions to fights. Like with Josuke, when he was about to run into that baby in a motorcycle, he thought of destroying the motorcycle to levitate off the baby, and then refixing the motorcycle with Crazy Diamond to ride away from highway style. And with JoJo, he fought really quickly with stuff like him stopping his heart against Dio, or him digging himself in the sand against that fucking forgot his name, because none of the stands in Power 3 are fucking interesting. Against that fuck ass cow stand, I forgot its name, because who fuck Chaos? It's actually Chaos. And Joseph, like just like in everything, Joseph has just such quick thinking in everything. I feel like even when it comes to humor, they have the same wit, because Josuke and Joseph in particular, I feel like they were really funny guys. But JoJo was probably more funny like behind the scenes. But Josuke and Joseph, this is what I mean when I'm talking about wittiness, because even when it comes to like just even JOLYNE's introduction, like I thought that was really funny. Her interactions with Foo Fighters and Hermes when they're playing baseball, that was really funny. And her first like full-length interaction with Weather Report against that one gravity stand, I kind of forgot its name, because all the fights in part 6 are kind of forgettable. That's one of my main gripes with part 6, that all the fights, they can get like kind of boring, forgettable, and like complicated, which complicated can be like a good thing and a bad thing, but I'll get into that in a second when we talk more about fighting. Going back to JOLYNE's personality and how she's a combination of each JoJo, I feel like Jonathan and Juno have a part to play in JOLYNE's personality too, because Jonathan and Juno, they had unwavering goals. Like they would do anything to accomplish their goals of being a gentleman and being a mafia boss. I feel like those two, nothing would stop them from their goals. And I feel like this is true for JOLYNE too, especially when JoJo's discs are stolen. I feel like she has those same qualities but amplified, where with Jonathan and Jojo, you could say, especially more so for Jojo, that they were more static when it came to their personality. But with JOLYNE, she didn't start off with this strong determination and will to save her father. It came from, seeing what her father was doing to her. And that's where it comes into JOLYNE's like main thing that I feel like makes her a good Jo style. How this is the first real Jo style to have like her own character arc. Obviously, there was Johnny and Dappy who have their own character arcs that are interesting in their own right, but to see Araki like fully tack on a character arc for the main character is really interesting. And why I say fully is that there is an argument to be made that Jonathan had the character arc, especially more in the manga. At the start of the manga, Jonathan was a very spoiled brat. Let's just be honest. He's very spoiled. He's very rich, and he started off hating Dio. Okay, especially when Dio first came and like started invading him, he started hating Dio. But he grows to become a gentleman and more forgiving of others and more righteous, that it ends with him becoming a married man and him dying in his brother's arms that he once hated so much, which I just think is so poetic. And people don't give Jonathan enough credit for that, because I feel like that is somewhat of a character arc. Because other JoJos, I feel like they are pretty much like the same person from start to finish. Maybe not Jono, because like obviously he has a different status from where he started. But personality-wise, I think they all stay the same, but not JOLYNE. JOLYNE starts off as a very delinquent, rude way, similar to her father Jojo, where she's in a gang and she helped commit a murder, and she's masturbating in public. Like, that is her first thought when coming to a prison, is to just jerk off. Obviously, I feel like she has a very delinquent attitude, but once Jojo comes in, and she obviously has like father issues, but once Jojo risks his life to save her daughter, JOLYNE will not stop talking about saving Jojo, which I feel like shows her true emotional maturity that she was trying to suppress when being in the gang and first coming into prison, because, I don't know, because she had some father issues. She wanted to seem tough because she didn't have that father figure to teach her how to truly be tough, which is to have this emotional maturity, to be proud of yourself, to be proud of the people around you. I feel like that is true emotional maturity. And once Jojo dies, in the L quotation marks, whatever, I feel like that is when you truly see her grow, because she's a very different person from the Goo Goo Dolls fight all the way to the Planet Waves fight. The Planet Waves fight, and specifically with the brain neuron shit and the solitary confinement, I feel like that is like an overlooked part. Well, to be fair, it kind of is overlooked because the dragon's dream fight is just so dog shit. When she's alone in solitary confinement, she makes a statement that she doesn't want her spirit to be broken, even though that is what solitary confinement is made to do. She has this unwavering, unbroken sense of achieving her goals and saving her father. She won't let this kind of stuff break her. And that comes into play when it comes to battle strategies and thinking, especially with like her confidence in her abilities. With stuff like the Sky High fight, where she literally fucking set herself on fire, and the Mobius strip thing when it came to the Sea Moon fight, I feel like that shows her confidence in her abilities. And along with this character development, I feel like another great thing about JOLYNE is how she uses her stand. Because if you think about it, Stone 3 is a very unorthodox stand for a main JoJo to have, because most of the time, I'm saying most of the time because there are exceptions like Jono and Dappy where they have these interesting abilities like JOLYNE, but for stuff like Josuke, I know he has the fixing thing, but like it's not really used. It is used in interesting ways, but like I feel like it isn't used to its fullest potential. With stuff like Style Platinum, I don't think that's used to its fullest potential either, especially as he gets a time stop. I don't feel like its precision is used as much with Stone 3, it reaches so many levels, and I feel like there was more to expand on with the way of unraveling, because this inherent uniqueness of Jolie Stan Stone 3, I feel like this makes her have to think more outside of the box, which can offer more interesting fights, I feel like that's where Stone Ocean falls flat, because fights have to be like very much over-explained, and they still don't make sense, especially with the Dragon's Dreams fight, the Sky High flight, and the Underworld flight. I feel like it's really stretching the abilities of stands at this point. I feel like Power 5, that's why I love That's why I love Power 5 so much, because I feel like it strikes the perfect balance between unique stand abilities and actually like stand abilities that are good, I feel. But back to Stone Ocean. I feel like this unique stand ability of unraveling yourself into string, which Stone Philly is strong, but I feel like this uniqueness that she has allows her to think outside of the box and not just have use cases of like, where you just like punching, you just punches that. I feel like it does have more interesting ways to use it, because obviously there's stuff like the Mobius strip, but even other stuff where she uses the string as a shield against whoever reports poison frogs when Poochie found them out, or using her string to sense where the invisible zombies of Limp Bizkit are, or using the string to mold it into different solid material. I feel like how she uses her stand is much more unique when it comes to other Joe styles, aside from Jono or Yappy, because I feel like they have interesting stand abilities too. So, yeah, that's kind of why I like JOLYNE